So
I've
I'll start.
started the recording.
Cool. Very good evening to everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So, first of all, thank you so much for giving this opportunity. It was something which I was looking forward, but couldn't make time. That's the reason it was getting delayed. So, let's dig deep. Even before we start, a few disclaimers, my standard ones, which I generally give. I am no subject matter expert here. It's just sharing what I have been doing, what I've been trying. So it might help some, or for some, it might be like I already know this. So in case something like that happens, please feel free to share. You can put in your points, any additional methods, and if there is any place where you feel some correction can be done or something can be changed, please pitch in. No need of hesitating. You can directly dive and put it across. And if there is something which you liked, which made you feel wow, you can put a smiley so that it makes me feel nice. Uh, the PPT, I have a PPT prepared. No animations in the PPT because we'll be doing a lot of demos. So I might have to switch to the browser and go back and stuff like that. So it's a basic PPT to help me go with the flow. So with this in mind, let's dig deep immediately. So this is the PPT. One moment, I'll just share the screen so that I'll share my entire screen so that we don't have any issues. So I think all of us are able to see the screen.
Yes, Sam. It's
Okay, cool.
visible.
So the first, by the way, these sessions we had named them as learning labs. So this is one of the sessions in learning labs. The session is titled "How to Use AI in Everyday Life," and with the asterisk it says "hopefully effectively." That's how we would like to approach this. And as such, PGCHRM 34 presents this. Now, coming to the contents, in general, we'll be talking a little bit about what is AI, some examples, what it can be used for, and why all the hype all of a sudden since 2022 December 2023 Jan. Then the next segment talks about a few tools. We have a few demos here, and after the demos or simultaneously with the demos, we can take some questions. And then somebody's mic is on. I think it's Smita's. If we can mute it, it would help. Okay, cool. Thank you. So after that, we'll be discussing a few other tools apart from what we would have discussed in the demos here. Some screenshots showing how the tool works, because we might not have time for demoing everything, and a few other tools which might help us, all of us, as a part of PGCHRM. That will be the last segment. So this is how our flow is. Coming to the next point, what is AI? We'll take quick one or two opinions. Anybody would like to share what is AI? Feel free. You can just unmute and share. No need of hand raise and all those things. We'll take one or two. We'll keep responses to one or two so that we are quick. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time for us. We'll not be able to cover much of what we wanted to. So anybody would like to share what is AI? Very simple. Come on, guys, feel free. You don't have to think
Artificial
to.
intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. Very nice. Very well said. Artificial intelligence. AI is artificial intelligence. Basically, it is the intelligence of machines or software. That is AI. AI has been historically used in many places and in many ways. It's not something new as a concept. It's been used a lot. Uh, if you take examples, yeah, we can we have some examples of how AI has been used? Take earlier examples, not the recent ones. But if you can take earlier examples, I think we would get a little bit of understanding as to what exactly is AI. So anybody can share one or two examples of what AI is.
I think, Sam, any search which we used to make in Google earlier, that is also can be termed as,
Fantastic.
the gift
Yeah.
of AI. Yeah.
That's a very good example. Any search done in Google, or need not be Google, any search that we do, which is as a software search, is having a little bit of AI in it. So that's a very good example. Any others before we move on?
The
Any
courses on
example?
the Coursera, courses on the
Courses?
Coursera is assigned through machine algorithm. So like say which courses we like it most. So
Okay.
that was
So
a suggested
very
recommendation.
good examples. Recommendations that come on Coursera for the courses that we might help us. That is a little bit of AI. That's exactly all the recommendations that run. Basically, it can be search recommendations. When you start typing, it will start giving you what you actually want to search. That and YouTube recommendations, then the app recommendations on mobile phones. All these things are a part of AI. So we got very good examples. So one, the computer games that we used to play, Age of Empires, chess, basically these are all AI because the opponent is a machine and it tries to analyze what you are doing to fight you. So it's artificial intelligence. The online search, which I think Samindra mentioned, if I'm not wrong. Then smartphone features, app suggestions, recommendations, YouTube videos, autocomplete, smart assistants like Google Assistant, Siri, Alexa, all these things are a part of AI. Self-driving cars are a big way of AI because a lot of things are happening simultaneously. Then, of course, the most important part of what we want to discuss today, the generative tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Bard, and all those things. They are examples of AI. Now, recent trends, AI garnered a lot of hype. So, can you share why recently we are talking a lot about AI, wherein this was existing since quite a long time back? Can anybody just think why it became a hype all of a sudden? In between, it was Meta, then we moved to AI all of a sudden. Why was this? Can anyone?
Because of the launch of ChatGPT.
Exactly. So, because of the launch of ChatGPT, what happened? ChatGPT started responding like humans do. All the other cases were like applications. I ask something which it is designed for and it will give an output. But with ChatGPT, it started responding like humans. And that is when it blew up and everybody started feeling that this is really different and game changing. And that is what it has been. So in the past 1.5 years, we have seen a lot of AI hype boom and we have experienced it. So going,
Sam, I think
yes.
I think the other factor is it give a very narrow sort of response, based on our requirement. Like if I give an example of Google search and I think with this particular tool, this is very much narrowed down.
Fantastic. That's a very good point, Samindra, because in a Google search, we are thrown some results to choose from. But in ChatGPT, it's giving a precise answer. Basically, if I ask a question to a subject matter expert, he'll answer me directly. He'll not give me options to choose. And that is what ChatGPT does. And that's a very valid point why we are in the hype of AI now. Before we continue, is it fast? Is it slow? Is it okay? Anytime, anything, please let me know.
All okay, Sam.
Next, so in our context, what can AI be used for? So I think I'll just remove this again. I'm asking, making it open to everyone. So where do you think we guys can use AI in our day-to-day life, be it as HR professionals or as PGCHRM students, or in our day-to-day lives? How can we use AI? One or two quick responses before we continue. How can we use AI in our day-to-day
For
life?
assignment making.
Assignment making, yes, assignment making. That's something which is not encouraged by our professors, but still, yeah, assignment making or getting an idea of what it can be is one thing. Yes, I think Meghna was telling something.
The basic office work that we do.
Basic office work. Any examples you can give, Meghna?
Like initially, when we used to make the PPTs or used to use MS Office, it used to be very tough. We had to remember all the formulas and all. Right now, it's the person who knows how to use AI with these things. It has become a very easy and good task for them.
Very valid point. Very valid point. Our day-to-day things can become easier with AI, and in the coming slides, we'll get a
and
glimpse
interesting.
of. Yeah, very interesting as well. Like
We
basically,
can also use
yes,
AI. We can also use AI to understand some particular topic with an example. For example, when we were studying about VIRO technique, So we did understand the basic concept, but if we want to understand it better with the example, so at that time AI is very helpful.
A very valid point. Once again, AI is able to go deep, and it's basically like you have hundreds of professors put together in one place, and any question you ask, response is coming with the best possible professor, something like that. So what Prachi said is right. When we are asking something, it's not just what we're asking, we can dig deep, delve into it, and get responses. So that's something which AI can help us in, basically understanding of concepts in a deeper way. So now going inside, in our context, what can AI be used for? I've taken a very generic context. We can go with many other use cases as well. One is to generate or create content. Somebody told we can create assignments. We'll remove the word assignments and make it content to make it simpler. So we can generate or create content. Second, we can summarize or enlarge content. So if it's a very big content, many pages, I can summarize it quickly. And if it's something small, I can try to enlarge it with a deeper understanding. That's something which we can do. Third, we can get definitions, we can do comparisons, we can take examples, basically for understanding and learning. If we are trying to understand something, we are trying to learn something. Somebody's mic is on open. We need to mute it. Yeah, thank you. So basically, to get understanding, deeper understanding of a subject, learning it better, learning it deeper, we can use AI. There are some places we can actually strategize using AI. We'll see in the further slides how we can do that as well. Now, some tools that we have for AI for the use cases that we discussed are, I have chosen three main, which I generally use. My first go-to tool is ChatGPT. Then it is followed by Google's answer to ChatGPT, which was Bard earlier. Now it is Gemini, and then Copilot, which is powered by ChatGPT, but that's Microsoft's approach to AI. And Copilot is something which is slowly getting built into a lot of Microsoft products. So that's something which we will be discussing today. So now I think this is a very important thing, a disclaimer here. All AI content needs to be approached with caution, as there might be scenarios where content is wrong or misleading or delusional. So this is very important because a lot of content, it's still in its nascent stage. So there is a possibility of error. However, rapidly it's actually getting better, but still there can be situations where we have issues. So that's something to be careful about. We need to be very, very careful and apply due diligence wherever necessary so that we don't take it for its word and then struggle later. So that's something which we mentioned here. Now, today's focus in demos, we'll be taking some things, case studies, which we discussed. We'll be using ChatGPT for these case studies. One thing which we can use ChatGPT for is to use it as if we are talking to a subject matter expert. That is one thing which ChatGPT can help us with. We can consider that to be a subject matter expert about various things, need not be restricting to one aspect, and then we can approach it. So that's something to start with. Now we want to understand, understanding definitions and concepts. That's one place where we can use AI. So I have ChatGPT open. If anybody wants any help in actually logging into ChatGPT and trying to use, I don't think that's required. Everybody would have tried it once or at least once.
No, Sam.
Sorry? No?
No.
Okay, so
No.
we will, if that has to be done, I'll just go with ChatGPT. So I'll just search ChatGPT in Google. And when I search that, I'll get, since I'm in UAE, it shows Arabic. So first link is ChatGPT. When I click it, it'll ask me to log in, standard login procedure. I click on it. I give my, I give Google address, because generally it gives me the Google prompt. Yeah, continue with Google. And once I continue with Google, it'll use my Google credentials, which many of us would already have. And once I give all the credentials, we log in. So when we log in, this is the screen. The left side bar here, what we can see is all my history. Whatever I have searched, it can be one single entire chat as one heading, and multiple headings is multiple chats history. So when I
One
come,
thing I wanted to ask, Sam, so
yes,
ChatGPT has various versions, right? And
yes,
some are free versions and some are paid versions.
yes. So
So,
basically, if we want to understand what is the difference, ChatGPT has various versions. It started with 1, 2, I think 2.53, something like that. Current free version that is available for everyone is ChatGPT 3.5. But there is something called ChatGPT 4, which is a paid version, and there is something called ChatGPT 4 Turbo, which is also a paid version. Basically, how you can look at is like the email storage that we have. The basic version is 15 GB. The first paid version is 100. The second paid is 200 or whatever. Or if you take an app, basic features are free, and if you want advanced features, it's paid. So what main feature difference we can find is the responses are faster, and effectively they say there is no downtime. Earlier, when ChatGPT was introduced, at some point in time when the server load was more, it would say it cannot process the request because load is more. But with a paid user, that never happens. But in the recent times, I have never faced ChatGPT server being down because load is more. So they have improved. In short, if we want to say, the different versions are the advanced versions for advanced usage. But for us, in our consideration, day-to-day usage, I think the free version is more than sufficient for a lot of activities. That's how we can take it up. So there is something called new chat here. I click new chat and it asks, how can I help you today? Like any Google Assistant or Alexa or something like that. It says, explain options trading, write a thank you note, plan an itinerary, explain why popcorn pops. Basically, these are some examples which it has given. And for our understanding, to relate it with what we have been learning in our XLRI courses, I chose a few examples which are related to our subjects. What is segmentation in marketing? So if you see, I'll just ask this question to ChatGPT. I'll go to the chat box. I think this is covering the chat box, but still you guys can see. So I'll just mention what is segmentation. Now, when I ask this question, it is a very generic question that I'm asking. So ChatGPT has to think what context I'm giving. If I've already discussed a few aspects, it will try to relate and answer. But if I'm not discussed anything and if I'm giving it open-ended, it will try to take the most generic approach, generic answer that it can generate and it gives. So let's see what it says. See, I have given some instructions to ChatGPT that I'm a HR guy and I'm working with a particular company, and anything that I ask, it should relate with it. So whatever I ask, it will relate with HR and answer. So first answer it gave is segmentation in HR refers to process of categorizing employees or potential candidates into groups based on certain criteria. This is related to recruitment probably. This could include factors like skills, experience, roles, other relevant characters. So basically, it's answering as an HR. But if you try to understand, I was asking segmentation based on marketing because that is what we learned in marketing. Segmentation came in marketing for us. So now I have to refine it. I have to put it as what is segmentation with, I can use WRT, it will understand with respect to marketing. Now, when we put this, it will give a little bit similar to what we have learned. In marketing, segmentation involves dividing a target market into distinct groups with similar characteristics, behaviors, or needs. Jagdish needs to mute. Yes, I think voice is less. Okay. Jagdish, can you please? Yeah, okay, thank you. This enables business.
I did. Sorry.
Thanks, Jagdish. This enables businesses to create more focused and personalized marketing strategies for each segment. Understanding unique requirements of different consumer groups helps us in tailoring products, messaging, etc. So this is a little related to what probably I was actually meaning to ask. So something we need to remember is we need to give enough input to ChatGPT for it to understand what it has to give and give something relevant to me. Otherwise, it will throw up something which might not be relevant to what I actually need. So when we are giving a prompt, the deeper we try to explain and the more information we give to it will help us in getting the most ideal responses for us or the most helpful responses to us. That's something to consider. So now I can ask follow-up questions. This is the second point that we have. Answers to follow-up questions are contextual. Now, when I start asking further questions, it will remember the fact that I asked what is segmentation with respect to marketing and then answer as per what marketing related stuff is supposed to be presented. So any follow-up question I can give. If you guys have any question, let me know. Otherwise, I can give some questions to it. I can ask things like, what are the different types of segmentation? What are the different types of segmentation? This was one thing which came. So let's see what it will answer now. Again, I think it didn't take the context. It forgot the fact that I was asking related to marketing. So it is asking, answering with respect to HR. I will again go back, ask the question with respect to marketing, because I want stuff right now with respect to marketing. With respect to marketing. When I put this, now it is giving whatever we learned in class: demographic segmentation, psychographic, behavioral, geographic. These are some things which,
Sam,
yes.
probably it's also given marketing as well in the bottom. If I think you might have missed it out. Go up. It's
Okay.
given here. Little bit.
Yeah,
Not
I didn't
but
I
yes.
didn't focus on this. I'm sorry. My attention was not clear. It has given based on HR, because initially it answered based on HR and it answered later based on marketing. It gave both options. So actually it is intelligent. I was a little dumb here. Demographic, psychographic, behavioral,
just sorry
and
to
geographic.
interrupt. Just
Yes.
one thing. Is there any word limit to the prompt given to ChatGPT? Let's say, like when you do the
As far as
summarization of the case studies.
yes,
When I tried it, then say it's too long to answer.
yes,
Please make it short.
yes. What I have understood in my experience is, if the content is too much, like I was trying out once 10 pages, 15 pages. I think 10 pages is a limit, beyond which it will tell it cannot process, or it will not copy the entire content. So I don't know the exact word limit. If you need, we can probably ask, what is the word limit of ChatGPT prompts? Since I'm asking about it, it should be able. 4096 tokens, it seems. If your conversation exceeds this limit, you may need to truncate and shorten your input. So there is something called 4096 tokens. What is a token? Token is extracted, split from a larger text, it seems. So sentence ChatGPT is amazing, can be tokenized into 5 tokens. So basically it's like 4096 words, if I'm to understand what it says. So there is a limit. And going forward, we will try to answer how we can overcome that limit. There is a Copilot which can help with that. So that's it. So we tried to understand segmentation here. It gave us demographic, psychographic, behavioral, geographical. Now I can ask a follow-up question. Do you guys have any follow-up question here to understand segmentation deeper? Please ask if you have any question. We'll see how ChatGPT will respond to it. Anyone? Any follow-up question? We asked types of segmentation and ChatGPT threw 7 options to us.
Let's ask what do you mean by demographic segmentation?
Okay, I will say elaborate demographic segmentation with examples. Okay, I'll give that. So when I say that, it will say demographic segmentation involves categorizing target based on various demographic features. This is what we learned. Sir also taught age, gender, income, education, marital status, and things like that. Now, when you take age, there's an example. A company might create products targeting teenagers, trendy fashion, and different products for middle-aged, anti-aging skincare. Sir was giving examples of mobile phone. His daughter, what she would take and what he would take. Such examples he gave. Then gender, cosmetic companies often have product lines specifically designed for women and others for men. So for income, then you have luxury brands for high income, premium products, budget friendly for lower incomes. So every segment, every subdivision of demographic segmentation, like age, gender, it took up and it gave us examples. Now, if I am supposed to get all these content in Google search, I'll have to do a lot of searches to get deeper understanding. But ChatGPT is able to simplify it because, like how we discussed, it is giving us responses like how a human would do, a subject matter expert
And
would do.
Sam, what is this about the co-pilot that you just mentioned?
We will go to that later.
Okay.
Right now,
okay.
we will, yeah. And that is in the next part of the session here. We'll come back to that, Copilot. So basically what ChatGPT did, it made me understand this concept of segmentation in a deeper way. So I can keep asking follow-up questions. If I didn't understand something, I can say, for example, I'll take marital status. I'll ask, give me more examples for marital status. Okay. When I say this, it is giving more examples: single individuals, married couples without children, married couples with children. But initially it gave travel agencies might offer honeymoon packages targeting married, recognizing their specific travel preferences. So that was one example. But when I asked for more examples, it took multiple cases in this segmentation, demographic segmentation of marital status, and then it split it with multiple options, giving examples for each. Now, if I want, say, marital status, it's split into more examples, but I just want more examples for the entire demographic segmentation. I can still ask that. Elaborate demographic segmentations with more examples. I can give this and it will start prompting me more examples of the same thing. So age, again, it's giving different. Now, if you see, it says toy companies, then gender, for gender, it's giving something else. So it is generating new content for deeper understanding of the concept. So this is something which ChatGPT is very, very helpful for. What is this aspect? Understanding definitions and concepts, digging deep to have deeper understanding, have examples. I can even start asking cross questions, which will come in the later part of the. So I can ask probably segmentation, then I can ask positioning. What is positioning? Go a little deep. Then I can ask, what is the relationship between segmentation and positioning? That is something which ChatGPT will help us with. So now this is one thing. So do you guys have any question? I am feeling that I went a little fast here. So probably we can just take one or two questions if somebody has any concern here.
So Sam, I just wanted to understand when you ask questions in ChatGPT, does it also show some tabular format thing? So for example, like graphs or something, do they show into the free section like this? Because at times we have to showcase graph also on base of data, right? What we are giving the data.
Correct. So for this, ChatGPT might not be the right tool because it is more of a text generator. Even if it gives any graphs, it will be based on the symbols that are available. It will try to collect some symbols and present some data, which might really not be effective. If you want to generate some graphs and all, I think for that Gemini would be a better option. So let's see in Gemini. I have not generated much of graphs, but we will try to see if we can generate using Gemini. But ChatGPT,
Okay.
I think no. We can just ask, show
Okay.
me a graph related to segmentation. When I ask this, we'll see. See, I am unable to generate or display visual content. However, I can guide you on creating simple demographic segmentation graph. So it is actually giving me steps how I can prepare a graph, but it is not showing me a graph, which is helpful to some extent, but not the way I want it.
Understood.
So this is one of the limitations of ChatGPT. Going
Sam,
to the yes, please.
Sam, can this create any sort of PPT or something like that?
ChatGPT, no, there are other tools for PPT generation, which we will discuss in the later part of the presentation.
Sure.
Cool. Hope I'm not very fast because I just want to cover a few things. I'm going fast, but at any point in time you want a deeper
Your
understanding,
pace is
please let me.
perfectly fine.
No, this
Okay.
is good. We're good.
Perfectly fine.
Now, the next part is understanding concepts with respect to. See, when we were doing the operation management by Dipankar sir, there came two words, efficiency and effectiveness. So now, actually speaking, these are two different concepts, but I want to understand each of them, both of them, with respect to each other. So that will be my next prompt. I will put it as what is efficiency and effectiveness. Now, one, I can put it as what is efficiency and effectiveness. Second, I can put it as what is efficiency versus effectiveness. Any way I can put to get a little more tailored response. So right now I'm just putting as and. Let's see what it generates. It says efficiency and effectiveness are two key concepts in business management, often used to evaluate and improve organizational performance. Here is an explanation. Now it says efficiency is ability to accomplish a task, produce output with least wasted resources, which is what Dipankar sir said. But he related that with operations. Here it is talking in terms of business management, which is similar. Now there is an example: if a manufacturing process produces more units using same amount of raw materials and labor, it is considered more efficient, which is the definition. Now for effectiveness, it says the extent to which achieves its goals. That is what Dipankar sir said. And it focuses on outcomes, not the speed at which you're arriving at the outcome. Example, a marketing campaign successfully increasing sales and brand awareness as intended. Now it gave some explanation. Now I want this explanation to be tailored in terms of operational management. So I'll ask, with kindly elaborate with respect to operations management. Now this operations management, I can use shortcuts. I can say ops MGMT, it will still understand. So let's elaborate efficiency effectiveness in the context of operations management. So if you see, with respect to, it understood, ops it understood, management it understood. So it says efficiency in operations management centers around minimizing waste, reducing cost. Indicators are low production costs. So it is now digging deep in terms of operations management. So I got my response tailored to my subject of understanding. So that's an advantage of ChatGPT here. Now I have balancing and I think Deepshika's mic is on, or I don't know who it is. If that can be muted, it would help. Okay, so here it is giving a third point, which says balancing efficiency and effectiveness. While efficiency aims at resource optimization, effectiveness ensures these resources are used to achieve meaningful results. So it's making my understanding deeper. In the initial 2 points, it gave distinct explanations, but in the third point, it is actually trying to balance it out. Now, my follow-up question would be, I've already listed here, I want efficiency and effectiveness in terms of quality and quantity, because somebody in the class had asked, I think it was Lalit, he was asking this question. So now let's try to ask ChatGPT the same thing. Efficiency and effectiveness in terms of quality and quantity. Let's see what it will try to throw open for us. Now, if we see, let's explore efficiency, effectiveness in context. What is asked? Efficiency in quality and quantity. So first is quality efficiency, then there is quantity efficiency. In terms of quality, efficiency involves producing products with minimal defects. If you take quantity, efficiency focuses on producing desired volume of output using least amount of resources. This is something which I didn't know. Only when I'm seeing this definition, I'm able to understand that. Then I have effectiveness and quality effectiveness. Quality effectiveness is ensuring products and services meet or exceed customer expectations. And quantity effectiveness is meeting the demand of the market. This is something, again, it was new for me. Balancing quality and quantity, efficiency and effectiveness. There is one more example. If I am supposed to understand this in Google search, I think I'll have to go a lot deep. But ChatGPT is putting up the conceptual understanding in a very simple way, faster way, and I'm able to understand deeper. This is another advantage. Now I can ask for examples here. Please give some examples. Now it will try to take quality efficiency, quality effectiveness, quantity efficiency, quantity effectiveness, and it is giving examples. If you can see, software development company adopts automated testing, that's quality efficiency, reducing time. Pharmaceutical company implements rigorous quality control for manufacturing, which is quality effectiveness. So these are some examples that we got. So this is making my understanding. Now with all this understanding, I go back and listen to the lecture or try to apply that in my day-to-day life. My application is far better, I feel. So this is one of the most important helpful use cases of AI, especially ChatGPT. Now I have one more thing. There is something called deliberate strategy versus emergent strategy, I think. Again, I'll make a mistake here. I'll put it as emerged. Let's see what it will tell. This is something which we learned in FOS, Fundamentals of Organizational Strategy. So if you can see, it is giving definition, it is giving characteristics, it is giving an example. Then it is taking emergent, it is giving, then it's balancing. So I can just throw up a question. When does deliberate become emergent? Randomly, I'm just throwing open, and it's actually giving an explanation to that. So probably something which I can't get an answer for easily is being thrown open by ChatGPT in a simpler way for better understanding. So these are some examples. Now, when we try to get this basic concept clear, the possibilities are endless for us. The way we can ask questions, the way we can ask a follow-up question. So suppose, let's see, we have a professor who actually is very knowledgeable. We will try to ask any question that we can ask him to get our understanding clearer. That is something which we can try with ChatGPT. And the responses it gives will actually make us get a deeper understanding of the subject. Then we have application of concepts. So we had something called excess capacity, exit barrier. These were something that we discussed. So we'll just ask these concepts. Then we will ask how it can be applied. Also, we have the Porter's 5 forces framework. I think we'll start with this first, then we'll go with that. And when I tried that yesterday, it was a very insightful journey for me when I was trying it out. So let's see what it says in terms of excess capacity and exit barriers. So it says excess capacity when company's production capabilities exceed its current level. Then exit barrier are obstacles that make it difficult or costly for the firm to leave a market. I think Azad's mic is to be muted. Azad, if you can mute, it would help. So then we got the interconnection between excess capacity and exit barriers. So this is again a deeper understanding of this concept. Now I will ask, explain excess capacity and exit barriers in terms of established competitors. Now here is where I'm trying to apply the concept that I've got. So let's see what it says here. In terms of established competitors, see, excess capacity for established competitors, strategic responses, challenges, then exit barriers for established competitors. So it's going deep. It's refining the responses that it is giving to suit the requirement that I have. That is something which ChatGPT is doing. The next thing which I wanted to try is Porter's 5 forces framework. If we remember, that was a part of FOS studies, Porter's 5 forces. I didn't even ask what is it. I just mentioned Porter's 5 forces framework. It assumed that I was asking a question. I wanted a deeper understanding. And it actually explains the 5 forces: threat to new entrants, bargaining power. Now, again, it gave some applications as well. 5 forces, how it is used. Now, something that was very interesting for me is I will ask apply by Porter's framework with respect to Uber as a company. Now, this is something which only if I have an understanding of the concept I can generate. Otherwise, it's something I cannot search directly because this is a specific case study, case application, and see what it says. Let's apply Porter's 5 forces to focus on Uber. Barriers to entry, ride-sharing industry has relatively low barriers. However, building a significant user base and dealing with regulatory challenges like Uber can pose obstacles to new entrant. This is something which we did when we went in the breakout rooms and tried to understand the Porter's 5 forces with respect to particular industries, segments. So this is something which ChatGPT was able to do. If you guys have any follow-up question for this, please let me know. I can ask and we can go a little deeper as well. Probably I can ask something like, what about Uber versus Ola in India with respect to Porter forces? So this is just random. I didn't plan it. Let's see what it says. So let's analyze competition between Uber and Ola using Porter's 5 forces. So it is now comparing Uber and Ola together, and it is putting out its points for a better understanding about this entire concept. So this is what ChatGPT can do for us. It can make things deeper, comparative, and out of the blue, randomly I can ask things and it will offer. So this is one slide. Anybody has any questions, any thoughts, anything you would like to share?
Yes, this was very helpful.
Cool. So thanks to ChatGPT.
Sam, I have
Yes.
one important thing to highlight here.
Yes.
However, if we are doing it for some these journalized topics or even for more specified topic, it is good. But if you use the same thing for a subject like law,
Okay.
I mean, this can be explained by you in a better way. So if
Yes.
you do it for a subject like law, it won't be applicable. So then it will ask you to refer to that particular law.
Yes. Your voice was breaking.
Basically, for things like ID Act and all of those things, it will be applicable. But if you have used this for law, hello.
Yes.
Sam, is it better now?
Yes, it's better now.
Yeah, so for a specified topic like law and other things, it is not that much helpful. So we need to give the context, and then it will ask you that you need to refer to that particular article or that particular section of the law.
Okay. Which is actually valid because what happens, law is something which we need to interpret and answer. So what happens, there might be many laws in various understanding, especially when it comes to law, the language of the law is a little complicated. It's not simple. So when it comes to aspects like law and opinions and stuff like that, it might be a little delusional in its responses. So if it gives a disclaimer that I need to refer, fantastic. At least I am in the clear. But if it tries to answer something which might not be true, we need to be very careful in such cases because its interpretation and understanding might not be appropriate. In fact, even if you take logic, there are some places where logic fails with respect to such tools because their understanding is not like human understanding some cases. Like simple example, if I ask if I need 10 minutes to dry a towel, if I put 3 towels, how long will it take? It will tell 30 minutes. Ideally speaking, it's the same 10 minutes because I'm putting all the towels simultaneously. So such examples where it might become delusional and answer which is not the right answer, we need to be a little careful, especially in terms of law. A very valid point pointed out, Prachi. Thanks for that. So this is something which we all need to remember and note. So going further, now we have multiple
Also,
topics. Yes,
Sam, there's one more point. Probably
yes,
when
Anshi.
I tried it for law, it also said ki my last updated is only till January 2022. So it
Yes.
can't give the recent ones as well. And
That's
it can't
another
even
thing
be
to
subjective of
remember with
emotions.
respect to ChatGPT free version. The 3.5 data set is limited to 2022 January. Anything after that is not available. And one thing, ChatGPT generates offline. Whatever free version is generating, it's generating offline without live connection to internet. So it will not have access to it. So to counter this, we can use tools like Gemini or Copilot, which actually connects ChatGPT to the internet and answers. So that's some workaround we can look at. So that's a limitation with ChatGPT. Now, another thing which we can use ChatGPT for is comparison of multiple topics. Like I can ask perfect competition versus oligopoly, duopoly, monopoly, and it will try to throw up a little bit with respect to what I mean, the way Sir had given us. Like, for example, if we see, I'm just asking perfect versus oligopoly. So it is giving the characteristics and it actually gave examples. Now, these examples are, again, see, if you see agricultural market is a generic example. Automobile industry has oligopoly, few companies, Ford, GM, Toyota, etc. Duopoly has Coca-Cola and Pepsi, and monopoly has Microsoft's operating system. Then again, it is giving some differences. So I can ask a random, I can ask a general question like, please elaborate for better understanding. So if I feel what it explained is not sufficient for me, see, now it goes deep. Now it is explaining perfect competition. It is giving a little bit of characteristics. Again, it gives examples. So I can keep asking. Again, there is a limitation to it. At some point in time, it can get saturated. But otherwise, to a pretty good extent, it answers as per the requirement. Now, just to ask, I can ask, give more examples. And when I ask, give more examples, it will give me more examples for each of the category. See, initially it gave Ford, GM, then again, now it changed to oligopoly, often considered duopoly, compete fiercely for market share. Then duopoly, it is giving Boeing and Airbus, Apple's iOS and Google's Android. Then we have monopoly, which is like if we take the electricity board in the entire state, there is only one board. So that's a monopoly. Patented pharmaceutical. So it's making my understanding better with more questions. So the key point here is the kind of prompt that we are asking. So we need to know what we want for us to get, or sometimes we might not know and we can ask something generic and it will still give us close to what we want. So that's another case. So I can give more, I can ask more examples. That is one. One thing which we discussed in the previous one when we were discussing cases is strategize or go a little deep. So what I have used, one example which I wanted to share, which might be a little what you say helpful for us. When I'm say applying for a job, I can actually load my CV to ChatGPT. I can tell ChatGPT, please remember my CV. This is my CV. Please remember this. And then I can take a JD which I find online, a job which I want to apply, the JD of that job. I can take it, I can put it in ChatGPT, and I can say, please give me some inputs. So what it will do, it will take the job description, it will compare with the CV that I have put, my CV, and it will actually give me suggestions which are the areas which are different from what the JD requires in my CV, and which are the strong positions that I have in terms of my CV, and it will actually help me customize my CV accordingly. Whenever we are
Sam,
applying
is
a
there a
job,
possibility? Is there a
Yes.
possibility of giving a demo of that?
Okay, let me try what we can do with that. A quick demo, and you guys can probably.
Mealy is taking full advantage of this session, Sam.
No worries, absolutely fine.
Yes,
So
totally.
Helpful.
let me see where my CV is, or if you guys want to share your CV, I can put that, no problem. Where is my documents, work related, company, no, others. Yes, I'll take my CV, which is,
You can take any CV or any
I'll
document
take,
for that matter.
yeah, so I'll just take this part of my CV and I'll see. So this is my CV. So what I'm doing right now, I'll try to take a new chat so that all the previous things. So below is my CV. Kindly remember it. I will be asking you for help with respect to it. Okay, so I've told this. Generally I'll give a 2-3 line gap and I'll paste my entire CV. So now I've pasted the CV and I'm just pressing enter. Now immediately it says, what happened to it? It's not responding. Okay. Generally it says, okay, Sam, I'll remember it. Yeah, sure, Sam. I've reviewed your CV. It's impressive, showcasing something. Your emphasis on, okay, whatever, something it's giving. Now I will take specific applications. So I need to have some JD here. So let me search jobs for HR. So some HR manager opening is here in Ras Al Khaimah. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this and I'll ask for full description. Okay? So I'll take the entire thing here, JD. I'll copy it and I'll go to ChatGPT. I'll tell below is the JD of a job that I wish to apply. Kindly compare this with my CV and give me suggestions. Okay, this I'll do. So I'm pasting the entire JD and see it's giving responses. Sam, your CV showcases wealth of experience that aligns with the responsibilities outlined in the JD. Here are some specific points of alignment: recruitment and onboarding, employee relations, training and development, performance management, HR policies, engagement, documentation, and compliance. So it says to enhance your application, you may want to emphasize specific achievements related to these points, highlight any additional experiences that directly address. Good luck with your application. So basically this JD which I took is something relevant only. But let me see if, because what I had observed when I was trying it out, it was actually giving me specific areas, mentioning, Sam, this is correct, but this is one area which is not highlighted in your CV. If you can put something related to that which you have worked upon, that would help. It would actually give those points, and it would even give some skill sets which are missing from the JD and some, what do you say, some other points it used to throw open. I'm not able to remember here. If I see skill set, it would give then executive highlights, some specialties. These are some things it would customize and put it across to me. So this was, I mean, I used this extensively when I was actually applying for jobs. So that was helpful for me. So this is one thing I just wanted to share. So anyone has any questions here? So far, so no questions. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Does
So
it take attachment as documents and reference for reference? Does it take attachments for a
ChatGPT,
document?
no. ChatGPT, no. Unfortunately,
No.
ChatGPT is not, at least the free version doesn't do that. Maybe the paid version is able to do that. For that, we will come back to Copilot. It helps us in some places. Now, coming to the timings, we have covered 1 hour. So, you guys want me to continue or you want me to stop? How do we want to take it forward? Or you want me to fasten the pace so that we cover everything? Just let me know.
Can
Or
we
if somebody
just,
Please
wants to,
continue.
yes,
Can-
I'll
Please
go ahead.
continue until unless we finish our CV building.
CV building part is actually this much. This is what I would do, I'll take the input that it gives. So I can actually put like generate my CV for the JD that I shared. So when I put that, now it is taking the CV, it is tailoring based on the JD that I had given, and it is actually giving the points which I can incorporate in the CV. So again, once you take this content, you have to do due diligence. We cannot simply blindly go with what it says, but it definitely helps in a deeper understanding, because if I have to take the JD, go line by line, compare with my CV, what is put, and actually highlight the words which are missing, it will take a lot of time. But ChatGPT as a tool can make this work happen within seconds. That's something which I've observed. So this is one way we can use ChatGPT.
So basically, to sum this
yes,
up,
yes,
so first I need to upload my CV, then I
yes,
need to have a JD, and then compare, or maybe actually ask the ChatGPT to create something of that sort for me.
create
Correct?
something, and it can actually even if it doesn't, even if I don't want it to create, I can ask what is missing in my CV compared to the JD,
Okay.
and what is my strength. Say sometimes I don't want to simply put because it is there in the JD, but I want to highlight more of what is my strength, which is very relevant to the JD that I have, that it will highlight and tell. So in my customization of CV, I can actually implement those points and stress those points more. I used to do this because in some companies they would ask more of strategic related. I would stress on my strategic experience, and in some companies it would ask more of my generic operational experience. I would highlight there. Whether I take it or not, it's a secondary thing. But at least I'm tailoring the CV to showcase and give more weightage to what is being asked in the JD. That's something which I used to do. So that's one thing we can use it for. Now, analysis already we did for Porter's 5 forces. Then I asked for Reliance Industries analysis using Porter's 5 forces, and it actually made me understand how Reliance is performing and what are its challenges and stuff like that. Now, that's something to try out for. Another thing which I can use ChatGPT for is I can ask it to answer or analyze as if it's Bill Gates who is answering. So if I say, ChatGPT, think that you are Bill Gates, remember this, and answer all my questions as if you are Bill Gates. The next question that I ask, it will try to mimic Bill Gates' way of responding. So that's something which I found to be fascinating, though I'm not delved very deep into it. And maybe it's not a case study for our day-to-day usage. We might not require that way. That's something which I have observed. A few other things we can try is something like, what are the 10 common things in Mahabharata, Bible, and Quran? If I ask, it will actually give me 10 points which are common to all the three. And if I ask differences, it will give differences which are for all the three. So these are some other case scenarios for ChatGPT. That's something which I've observed. One point which I remember here, ChatGPT has a mobile app, and I actually can use this mobile app for a conversational interaction with it. I've tried it, and honestly speaking, it's been very interesting. There are times like I just tell ChatGPT, think that you're my friend and answer, and it will have a conversational interaction with me, and I can actually have an intellectual conversation, or I can just be very casual and it will keep discussing with me. So that's something that was very interesting for me. Sorry, I didn't try romance much. I just asked it as a friend, but it was very helpful. It was like having an actual interaction with someone. And something else I use ChatGPT
But
for
this
is
was the free version.
Yeah, free version.
Yes, it
The
is
app is
free.
free version.
I'm also
Free
using.
version. And something else I use it for is for translation, because some Hindi words, when it is told to me, I won't understand the context, and when I put it, it will actually give me the context. Say if those two words literally, if I take, it's a different meaning, but when I put it to ChatGPT and I ask, it will explain what it is, what is the colloquial reference and things like that, which actually makes my understanding very easy. So that's very helpful. In fact, sometimes when I ask that Hindi phrase directly, it will think as if I'm abusing it, and it will tell, don't abuse me. I'm like, no, I'm not abusing you. I want what's the meaning of that, and then it explains. So that's something which I found to be very interesting. So this,
it is the same like Alexa and Siri or what?
no, Alexa and Siri is, I don't know, I'm not used them elaborately, and their responses are not the way I want it. But ChatGPT's responses are like bang on. In fact, I was just asking it, which is this movie where there are there's a boy and a girl who fall in love because they have some disease, something like that. I randomly asked, and it actually gave me the name of the movie. It told, I think you're referring to this movie. So I don't know whether I can compare with Google Assistant and Alexa and say it's better or worse. But my experience with ChatGPT voice interaction was far better than any other assistant I've
So
experienced.
where is that voice option?
When you open the app, wait, let me check if I can show that option. This is the ChatGPT app, if you can see. And there is one headset here. So if I click that, you can see it's loading the interface of voice. And it will enable conversations.
Oh, so it is, it should be used in mobile phone.
Mobile app. Yeah, it's a mobile app basically. It's a mobile app. Okay, so I think a few other concepts are there to finish. ChatGPT, again, we have been using this extensively to get answers of the questions that we have. So after the exam is over, we want to understand what are the answers. And to some extent, ChatGPT was giving reasonable, correct answers. Some cases, yes, wrong answers are there. So we need to be careful. But overall, for the understanding of the question and the answer, which is appropriate, it is very helpful. So this is something which you guys can try. Next, we will take up this tool called Gemini. I used Gemini, which was earlier Bard, Google's answer to ChatGPT. That the main reason why I started using Bard is image analysis. So if I take a photo or if I take a screenshot and if I put that image and if I ask some questions, Bard earlier and Gemini now will actually give me responses based on what is there in the image, which is a far ahead application compared to ChatGPT, because ChatGPT I need to define the text, but with an image analysis, I just put the image and it will analyze and give me some answers for it. So that was very helpful. So that's what I put here, mainly for image search.
So we will use that for our paper, right?
Yeah, what I was trying to do this for economics. So what happened in economics, we used to have some problems, like shells, some wood logs and all those things. So I would just take a screenshot or I would take a photo, put it in Bard and say, please solve this. And it used to actually solve some problems and give me answers to it. So that was a very, what do you say, out of the world experience for me when I was using Gemini. So what I have done, I have opened Gemini here, which was actually Bard earlier. So I think I can take some bushel example only, whatever, or I have some, what do you say? I've kept some prompts. Yeah.
So this also needs to be like, user ID and password needs to be created for
this. Is Google logged in, no? This is Gemini is Google. So you would have already logged into Google and you can just directly go. So this is one question we had. Sorry, Samindra, hope I answered what you asked for.
Yeah.
So when you just go for Gemini, if you have logged into Google already, it will start working.
Where exactly, Sam? Can we just?
You can go for Gemini or search for Google Gemini. So when you search for Google Gemini, you will get the first option, which is Gemini. Just click on it. If you have already logged into Google, it will directly give you the chat box. If you have not logged into Google, it will ask, please give your Google ID and password. If you can give that, it will start working. Okay. So let's take this just to give a quick. So this was one sum that I had in economics. We had Orion, Scorpius, some granite, labor force, some blueberries and all that stuff. Now, if I want to analyze this, I'll just take this, drop it to Gemini, drag and drop, and I can say solve, that's all. Now it is analyzing what is there in the image. It is trying to generate responses, and it is actually, hopefully it will present. See, it says, sure, I can help you solve this problem. In the table, image shows production per month for Orion and Scorpius, and it has actually given me explanation of the entire. So it is not just getting an answer, it is also understanding how I got that answer. So basically I use Gemini for image analysis, image processing. So I see some image, I want its understanding, I'll put. Of course, not all images it will process. Some images it will give some random shade, which is not helpful. But better than nothing. That is what I would say. So this is one case scenario for Gemini. Again, basically,
Sam, talking about the PPT or some,
yes, we will come to that. We will come to that. That is also there. We will come to that. Something which I found very helpful with Gemini is if I have some random content which needs to be organized, I can actually use. I used to use Bard for it. Like, if you see, I copied this from some mail or something, and it was not in order. I wanted it to be in Excel. So I just put it, I told, please arrange in 2 columns in Google Sheets, and it actually arranged in a sheet, giving an option to export to Sheets. So this is something which I found very interesting in Gemini. That's something which we can try. And if you see, I have all Arabic numbers, I have all English numbers here, which is just copied from somewhere. And I told put it in an Excel. And it was actually able to put English number, Arabic number, and throw open this Excel to me. So content wise, if we want to play across, Gemini can be a very good tool for us. That's something which I observed. Going further, this is something which we wanted to discuss. I think Millie had asked what is Copilot. So basically, if you guys have used Microsoft Edge, which is the browser of Microsoft, yes.
Sam, sorry to interrupt, but I will be dropping off. I
No
have a
problem.
project.
Absolutely
But
fine.
I'll
Absolutely
take a look at the recording. Thank you so much. This was so helpful.
Thanks, Shreya. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Cool. So coming back to the PPT here, sorry, PDF here. Now this is my browser. Whatever we have here, this is my Microsoft Edge browser. And there is AI already built into the browser. And the name of this AI is called as Copilot. This is Microsoft Copilot. And it can do a lot of things better than ChatGPT. It is actually powered by ChatGPT 4, which is a paid version. Microsoft is actually integrated that in Copilot as a free option to us. The advantages being, one, it can actually analyze the content that is open in a page and give us some explanation or help us go deep into it. Second, it can actually connect to the internet and compare things, do a lot of stuff. So these are two advantages of using Copilot. Now, how do we use Copilot? It is mainly for, I use it mainly for PDF and content analysis. What are the things I can do? I can open a PDF. I can ask for summaries. I can ask for detailed explanation. I can ask for questions from the PDF, ask questions which need to be answered using the PDF. I can generate MCQs using the PDF. These are some things which we can do. And as an example in today's demo, do you guys have anything you want me to try here, or shall I take what I have prepared here for my demo? I have organizational behavior and opportunity as the PDF, the first part of that. And I want to analyze this content. So I'll just put this aside. And if you, for all those people who want to use this, you have to go to search for Edge, Microsoft Edge, click on this. And if it's the latest version you are running, you will get, if you go to the top right hand corner below the close button, we have the Copilot. So when I click that, we get this sidebar, which is called Copilot, our everyday AI companion. And here is where all the magic happens. Now, I'll just close this tab. This PDF is open. This is the first chapter. Now, I want to understand this in a nutshell. I want this to be summarized. So I'll click on Copilot here. I've already done some summary here. So let me just go for a new one. Better. So I just click this. It will load Copilot. And it is actually giving me some suggestions. Generate document summary. Generate key insights from this document. So I'll just take document summary here. And since this is a PDF I have opened, it will not use it. It will not save the conversation. It will keep it private. Now it is actually generating a document summary of the document that is open in my tab. So I think somebody was asking if I have a file which has to be analyzed. ChatGPT cannot do that, but Copilot can do this. So this is a 14-page document. But if I want this in a nutshell, I've got the entire thing in a very precise and concise way. It says here is the summary, organizational behavior, system components, diversify learning approach. Now there was a second thing which it gave, generate key insights. So I'll just click that. Let us see what it will generate as key insights here. So here are some key insights it is generating. It is talking about organizational behavior, human behavior, perspectives, all those things, which were not a part of the summary earlier. Okay. So this
Sam,
again,
we are not able
yes,
to see that window of yours
you're not able to see the window.
where where you're working on the
Generation is
Copilot.
happening.
We are able to see only
Okay,
the
one moment.
document.
Oh, okay. But I've shared the entire screen here.
Yeah, I am able to see that.
I
Yeah,
think
even I
Willy,
can also.
just
See the
check Willy
side bar,
if
no?
something
No,
is cut.
what I'm saying is I can only see the document, but you're generating something that is something you're
Right
not able
side.
to see.
No, others are able to see. I think you
Okay,
might have to
okay.
just check.
All right. If you are able to see, no problem.
You can just try. Do you have Microsoft Edge? Open that and see.
I've
Probably.
just shared
Okay.
the image on this chat
Yeah.
here. Just check if
Yeah.
this is your view.
Just check
1 minute. Yeah.
the
Just check if
chat,
this is your
Millie.
view.
If this is the view you have got.
Sure. Thanks. Go ahead,
Okay.
please.
So now this is generating key insights. Anything you guys want from this PDF which you want me to ask, please let me know. I can ask. Give me some examples for the concepts using the web. So I've just give me some examples for the concepts, whatever it shared using the web. So now it is telling, certainly, let's explore some examples. Improving customer service, effective teamwork, encouraging creativity and innovation, promoting effective leadership. These are some things which it is generating based on the prompt that I gave. And it has even given me sources. It has taken content from Forbes, Indeed.com, HBR, and few other sources. So this is the advantage of using Copilot over ChatGPT, because Copilot is connected to the internet and it can actually analyze the content which is available in the PDF. One restriction here would be it will not be able to analyze images based on what I understand, because if I've given a PDF which is scanned, it is generally not able to generate anything. That is one limitation. But otherwise, for my understanding, if I have a PDF which has to be read thoroughly, what I have observed is when I read it once, it's very difficult for me. So if I take a summary, then enlarge the summary to 1 or 2 pages, then I start reading it, my relatability with the PDF is better. So I can probably ask, give me an elaborate 2-page summary. And it actually gives me a summary which is a little more than what it initially threw here. It was just 3 points here. Let's see how deep it can go. No, content is not helpful for 2-page summary, it seems. It can offer a concise summary. That is what it says. I can probably ask for a 1-page summary, or I can ask for an elaborate explanation of any one of the topics here. So this is how I can play around with when I'm using Copilot. So any questions here? Anything you guys want to ask? Please feel free.
Sam,
Yes.
Sam, so you have gave us some explanation about Chat GPT.
Yes. Yes.
Then another one is Gemini, which
Gemini.
was like known as Bard.
Bard
Gemini.
earlier. Yes.
Yeah, and then the third one is Copilot.
Copilot.
And what is this Microsoft Edge you mentioned? So
Edge is the browser, like how we have Chrome
okay.
by Google.
Chrome, okay.
Edge is the browser by Microsoft. Earlier it was Internet Explorer. Later they changed to Microsoft Edge. And Edge has Copilot built into it. In fact, Microsoft is planning to expand Copilot everywhere in the Windows. So I can probably ask Copilot, how do I change my Wi-Fi settings? And it will actually show me where I can go and change it, rather than going to Google searching and all those things. So they are planning to integrate Copilot everywhere. In Microsoft Word, if I've typed something, I can say, please shorten it, please enlarge it. I can take Excel, I can say, what is the formula to do this? Or how do I get this response in this column? Something like that. Right now, it is still not built into my Microsoft Word and Excel, but that is the next stage that Microsoft is aiming at. But as an available option right now, we can use Copilot a little more advanced than ChatGPT, how is being used. So this is about the generative content that we discussed. Now, some points that came up is, how do I get some PPT generator and all? So some other tools which probably we might not have time to demo. I can share this PPT with everyone so that you can go through it. There is something called PDF Summarizer. Basically, what Copilot does, this does, I put the PDF into it, I upload it, and then I can start asking questions and it will keep generating answers, which is a little more convenient compared to Copilot, because Copilot might become a little messy sometimes. So that is one tool. Then there is something called YouTube Video Summarizer. Now, if I have a YouTube video which is 25 minutes or 16 minutes, I want a summary of it. These are two websites which can help. There is something called summarize.tech. There is something called YouTubeSummarizer.com. All I have to do is copy the YouTube link and paste it there, and then it will generate the summary. In fact, YouTube Summarizer gives me an option to choose the length of the summary. I want a very lengthy summary. I want a concise summary. These are some options I can ask it for. Then there is something which is at its nascent stage, which is a video generator. Basically, I can generate a video. I can give some prompts, text prompts, and I can generate a video based on that. As of now, this is in its nascent stage, but I think over a period of time, it can become very interesting. I have generated one small video, 1 minute video, which I would like to share. This is using this service called Synthesia.io. So let's see. I hope everybody can listen. Can you guys, did you guys hear what it said?
No, Sam.
No,
No.
probably you have to
Okay.
share the audio, maybe,
How do we do that?
when you're sharing.
Share. Okay, share sound. I'm selecting
Share
optimize
sound,
for.
yes.
Okay. Now I'm sharing. I think you guys are able to see the video open, right? Okay. Now I'll play it.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Did you guys hear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so
Sam.
okay.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm an AI avatar created entirely by artificial intelligence. You too can create a video like this with just a few clicks. Try it out for yourself today.
So this is a very basic thing that I generated, but the potential is high. Especially the Synthesia is not a free version, it's a paid version. So I could get a basic one. There is something called InVideo. You guys can probably try it out. And
But Sam, what content
yes.
did you feed on this Synthesia
Yes.
to create this video?
I just created, this is what I think I asked. Create a video about how, no, not this. I think I just asked create a video about AI, something like that. And this is what it could generate because this is a free version. If I pay, of course, I'll get a bigger video. But I just gave how to use AI, something like that I put here. How give me a video about AI or something like that I put. And I got this video out. Coming to the point which Samindra was asking, PPT generator. I used two apps and I used this only yesterday because I think Komal or Millie was suggesting this. Slidesgo.com is one app and Gamma.app is one app for PPT generation. And what is the kind of output we get? I just have here PPT. Okay, I'll just open this. This is the PPT that was generated completely with AI. I didn't do anything of it. I just gave a prompt and it generated. So I think the prompt that I gave is how do I generate? If you can see, yes, it says text content, introduction to AI, something like that I put. How to use AI effectively in our day-to-day life. That was the prompt that I gave. And this is the PPT it generated. Mastering AI Revolution, welcome to AI in healthcare, smart cities. Of course, this is not what I wanted. I could have spent some time to customize it by giving more prompts. But for a 6-second option, this was pretty impressive, having a PPT ready. So that was one thing which we could do. Of course, I think we have a lot more tools to customize it, to make it more intuitive, like how Hemlata was sharing in the group. I have not tried all those things. Probably those are things which we can try in going forward. That was one. Then these are some screenshots which I took. Create a video about how AI can be used in day-to-day life. That was one. We have some outputs. Gamma. There is a YouTube video here.
Have you ever wondered
if you
how
can
much
see,
of you
this is a 2-minute 37-second video that was created completely with just that text prompt that I gave. This was in InVideo.
your daily life is subtly orchestrated?
This probably I can share this link. The entire thing, it's of course there is a watermark here because they don't want us to copy. But then this was something which I was able to generate using that. So then there is Gamma.app PPT maker. Very interesting. Again, it gave me options like what are the chapters I want, what are the different slides. I could actually customize some options there. So this Gamma PPT, this is what was created.
Sam, I have one question.
Yes.
This Gamma and Slidesgo, this is a free
Yeah.
login like ChatGPT or it is a paid
I
version?
think they have paid versions also, but yesterday when I was exploring, I just went with the free versions. Probably you guys can go ahead and explore because this, whatever I generated, I didn't pay anything.
Actually,
it was a free generation that I did. Maybe there are some restrictions, number of slides and things like that.
yeah, actually it is. Gamma has got some 240 points in Unity once to log in first time.
Some
And
credits
every
are
PPT
there.
you make, they cut out some point. But
I
Gamma
think
is
that
good.
is,
You
yeah,
can take off that logo of Gamma and leave it somewhere.
yeah, but it was pretty impressive. Like the way it has arranged, the photos it has chosen, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Actually good. And there's one more thing one of the girls in my group had done, Canva.
Canva, yes. Canva
She was very good at Canva. She was pro. Like in our group, assignment group, she was doing on Canva. That is the other thing that she took 2 hours of hours in night, midnight rather. But she did very well in Canva. And I was amazed to look at the things, the phenomenal number of things she could do on Canva. Or she showed us in fact कि आप array में करना चाहते हो, boxes में करना चाहते हो, different version, different video interface. Very good.
So I'm just putting it here, guys. Canva.com. You guys can explore.
Just to add in this, Sam and others, Canva is also a very useful tool in terms of designing. Plus, in terms of building a resume also. So basically, in case if you want to update your resume or see what the new trends are, it is one of the good tools that can be used.
Which is that? Can you please
Yeah.
repeat? Come again.
Canva.
Canva. Oh, okay.
That is
Canva only.
what
Okay.
Azad
Yeah.
is talking about.
Designing,
Yeah.
resume building, PPTs, images.
Not just design, it's many other things you can do. Lot of things.
It's all-in-one designing tool. You can use resumes. Our entire project was done from there.
And I think in my team, Sakshi
Yes,
is very
I'm
good
here
at it.
only. Thank you.
अच्छा ये
Sakshi is
साक्षी
here.
यहाँ तो आवाज समय का साक्षी अच्छा that is the reason. Sorry, I am talking on the wrong platform. You are a better
Sakshi,
lead to check
someday
out.
you can tell us more about Canva. We'll love to learn.
Please, you have to do a session for all of us.
साक्षी शर्मा के चुप गई अभी
नहीं साक्षी शर्मा नहीं है but okay.
साक्षी जब स्टार्ट करेगी ना तुम लोग परेशान हो जाओगे. She is very good at it.
I know.
Yeah, we have worked
You
together.
are also there.
No, we have worked in the same groups in the past.
Cool. So I've added that here. Thank you so much, guys, for that input. I mean, yeah, Canva is something which I also extensively used. I forgot to mention that. So some screenshots here. Then, coming to the other tools which I was sharing initially, just a couple more minutes. This is called a screen capture. This is basically a software to capture the entire screen along with video and audio, whatever is happening in the desktop. So if I'm say watching a YouTube video, I can actually open Screen Rec, start the recording and play the YouTube video, and it'll record the entire video along with my mouse movement, where I'm pausing, probably if I'm giving some explanation, all those things it will record and it will give a file. So that's one tool which I felt very helpful being in PGC HRM. So I use this extensively. This is called screen capture. Then there is another tool. Yes.
One question, Atul this side. So
Yes,
with the
Atul.
lectures we have, they will be for a limited period. So have you like recorded them or something? And what's the size?
I
Normally
didn't want to
size and-
actually comment on this. That's the reason I just mentioned that you can open a YouTube
No,
video.
just have you recorded or not?
Yes.
Or some
I have
other
done it
tool
for
or
my
something?
personal usage. For my personal usage, I have done it.
Okay. So what's
Just
the
for
size
reference.
coming out or the quality? Like
It is around, say, 1 GB for a 3-hour video. Around 800, 900 MB.
So you get the good audio also, is it? The audio
Fair enough.
clarity.
Pretty decent. For reference, yes, definitely.
Okay.
it's 8
In fact-
GB per subject, I would say.
Yeah, so it is per lecture. It is around 8 GB per, not 8 GB, because you have around 5 lectures. So it is 8 5 is a 4 GB per subject.
4 GB only. Okay, that's
4
something.
to 3.2 GB. And if you can see this corner, if you can see these 4 icons here, this is a part of Screen Rec. This is taking screenshot. This is starting the recording. I can use a mic. I can remove the mic. All those options are there. We can play around it. So this is something which I feel is very helpful. Then there is something called screenshot software, auto screen capture. So basically, anytime I want to take a screenshot in Windows, I have to press print screen. Then I have to edit it, all that nonsense. But here I can configure a shortcut. Every time I press that shortcut, it will just take a screenshot and save it in a folder. It will not ask you anything. So you will not even know. So what happens if Manish sir is doing a lesson and he's very quick in changing the slides, I can just keep pressing that shortcut and it will keep generating screenshots. I don't have to break my head in editing and all that stuff. And I can go back to that folder and refer. So this is one way I use this to take screenshots without any editing option. So this is one.
During the
Windows.
exams only, you know?
Sorry?
During the exams also. So that's
Again, no comments here.
But that doesn't
Then-
allow it. The proctor will ask, do not change the screen. That's what I got.
Yeah, again,
No,
probably you didn't use this software. So
Yeah.
anyway, nevertheless.
So we can
That
do
was the only reason Sam could take screenshots of the questions. I think in last 2 or 3 exams that he had done.
Yeah, because
Sam?
see, for me, what happens after the exam, I won't remember the question. So I come back, I see the question, I try to answer, or I try to understand what is the answer. So this software was very helpful in doing that for me.
Okay.
Cool. Then the last one is Microsoft Power Tools. This I learned from Manish sir. If you remember when he was teaching us, he used to capture the screen, take the text from it, and actually paste it somewhere. That option is available in Microsoft Power Tools. And he also showed us auto captions. So any video that is playing, if I enable auto captions, it will start transcribing it. Like subtitles will be shown to us. So that is something which I used it for. So from my side, that brings to the close of this session, guys. So any questions you guys have which you want to ask?
Not a question, just a food for thought. Like just the thought came in my mind. Like without internet, it has become so available right now. But without internet, what would become of us? Like depending on
We will go to the
some-
Stone Age probably. We will probably go to Stone Age because staying without internet and honestly speaking, if we are able to stay without internet for some time, it's an achievement. It's really an achievement. It's like you have won a big competition sort of a feeling. So very important food for thought. We are so dependent on internet nowadays. Very
just it's a short deadline for me to have this. It's good for make a presentation. I have this PPT, MS PowerPoint with me and this Canva, and there is no internet. Like how this thought crossed my mind, and I was
we are handicapped actually without internet. Cool. So that's it from my side, guys. I hope it was a little helpful. I think these are some things which many of us were already using it. I just thought I'll share what I have been doing and how I have been using. That's all.
Thank you so much for your insight, and that was so helpful for us. At least for me, I could say that.
Thanks a
I
lot.
wish Sam's name was there in XRY faculty feedback forum here. I would give him 5 stars.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much, Asad. Thank you.
But buddy, hats off and kudos, yeah, the way you conducted it and the pain and initiative you've taken. I swear, hats off.
But genuinely looking forward to the next session we'll be having with you, and also with Shruti. Sakshi. Sakshi, literally looking forward for your session on Canva.
Sure, certainly.
Sakshi has given us a trailer today, so we will have the live movie in a few days.
Definitely willing to watch that movie as well and learn a lot from that.
Sakshi is good at it. I can vouch for it.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sam,
Thank you, Sam.
for taking your time out and making so much of effort. And thank you, Komal, for helping out to organize this and putting up in such a short span of time. Thank you, all of you, for being awake till like 10:38 right now, listening to all this information.
And
again,
this is much
special...
needed. This is much needed for all of us because some are tech savvy, some are not. And we are just trying to adapt the new things that are happening in the market. So it was necessary. And especially thanks to Sam that he removed so much of time from his schedule. And all of us removed time for our own learning. So thank you so much.
Special thanks to Millie for getting this entire thing organized. Thanks a lot, Millie. It was really nice the way you have put across things.
I just want to clarify one thing, Sam. How much do you charge for CV building and all?
CVBD.
Desperately need it, man. I'll send you the JD.
Someone will
DM him. ऐसा DM करो तो वो अपना बताएगा. जैसे open forum में नहीं बताएगा वो.
अच्छा, okay. With this GST,
Nothing of that sort. We'll see. When you're doing Asad, in case you need some help, just let me know. I can probably pitch in and give you some pointers.
I'm seeing a lot of good openings in Aramco here.
Please apply. Aramco, Saudi. You want to enter the Saudi market? It's booming, by the way. It's a very good time to enter.
Yeah, after COVID, it's going vertically up.
Now I have a question.
Yes, please.
Once I end this meeting, what happens
Yes.
to the recording?
It gets saved in my laptop.
It's saved.
It will get saved in your laptop, or Meetal will have the access?
No, I will have it because I have done a local recording. So, like how I used to record the other lectures and share, this is also getting
Yeah, but
recorded. So I'll share it
but
up.
yeah, she is also
Okay, fine.
recorded here. This recording will go, I think, to Meetal's email ID, probably. This recording.
Okay. So Millie, you have also put up a recording which is online recording.
Yes,
Ah,
because
okay.
Mithil said that you can record in this.
Probably Meetal will get the email.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Fair
we
enough,
have to tell
whatever.
Mithal to immediately delete it because that is her company content. So it will be posted there. So probably I'll just have a chat with Mithal. You can put in a word to Mithal that you have done this recording and she will do the needful there.
Fine. She had permission. I mean, she gave me the permission though that you can go ahead and do that. So that's why.
Fantastic.
Fair
If
enough.
she has given,
Yeah.
then fair enough.
Okay,
Cool.
but apart
Thank you all,
from
guys.
this, I
Yeah.
have one thing.
Yes.
What about the upcoming exam that we have? Can we have some extra sessions for it, please?
Yeah, I mean, I actually wanted to see if somebody can volunteer because my understanding of it has not been so deep. And if I have to go through it and then do it, it might not happen immediately. So if anyone is willing, I would love to collaborate with them and help them out when they're trying to teach us. Because I don't know if I'll be able to do it. My understanding is not
Because
so
we
deep.
have our exam on Sunday, so we'll have to speed up maybe today, tomorrow, or day after only.
Let's see
I
what
don't
we
know if
can do.
anybody.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
please.
I'll ping once again. If somebody is even able to open up and give us some time, we can collaborate with them and see how we can understand the entire
Yes.
first and second session better. Let's see. Let's try it out.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. See you.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye.
Good night. Good night, everyone.